Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to say thank you for helping me reach over 200 subscribers. To think that this channel would start growing more than my main channel that I've had for over 8 years is honestly not so surprising, but at the same time is to me. I was gonna do something special for this occasion, like a collab or something, but sadly I decided to cancel it. So yeah, once again, thank you for helping me reach this far, and I hope you guys have a great day. Now, without further ado, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be looking at a video that has haunted me for years. A video that just seems to not want to escape my mind. And that video is this. Okay, listen, let me explain, alright? It's been a while since I've talked about Luigi's Mansion 3 on this channel. Not only that, but it's also been a while since I first saw the game. And it's also been a while since I've done a response video. The year was 2018, and I was on my mom's phone, don't ask why. I was scrolling down on YouTube until I saw something very interesting. I clicked on it, and let me tell you, I could not believe what I was seeing. Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion was finally back after 5 years since the second installment. I was very hyped after I saw that teaser, knowing how good I thought the second one was ever since I laid my hands on it. A Luigi's Mansion game that has some of the most gorgeous graphics ever, with new abilities. When I say I was hyped, I was hyped, and could not wait to get my hands on it. Well, when I get a Switch, that is. 2019 comes around, and Nintendo releases a trailer for the game. I was honestly really excited, and could not wait for the game to be released. However, there was this one video. A video that would forever haunt me in torment, and would stay in my mind until now. The Good and Bad of Luigi's Mansion 3 is a video that hasn't aged well, if not at all, and I'm gonna show you how. Now, before anyone claims that I'm pulling a Twitter and I'm trying to stir up drama by bringing up someone's past and then they still stand by their points that they made, let me tell you that I'm not. Sort of. I'm making this video to get something off of my chest that I've been having since the first time I saw this video. This is a video to show you how much this video has aged. So you could say that this is for educational purposes. And while I'm debunking this video for the first time, I'm not really the first one to debunk it at all. A YouTuber by the name of Dragular made a video debunking this video before I did, and honestly did a better job than I ever could. I'll put his video in the description. While not perfect, it's a pretty dang good video, and I advise you to watch it. It makes way better points than I ever could. I'll try my best not to act like TheBitBlock's still stands by these claims. Who knows? He probably doesn't. Oh, and before we get into the video, please do not go and harass TheBitBlock for this. It'll be very dumb for you to do so. It'll make you look like you're pulling a Twitter more than I am. Now, with all that out of the way, let's get right into this thing. Yeah, no, let's just get into it.
I really dislike this game's sense of humor. To be more specific, I don't like the personalities of the ghosts. It's all super silly to the point of it just feeling cheap and generic. I've said it before and I'll say it again, these ghosts are just minions. High-pitched squeaky voices, they travel in groups, they behave foolishly, they have that really basic level of humor to them. Oh look, the ghosts are dressed up as maids, isn't that hilarious? This one is using a baguette as a sword. Are you laughing yet? Look, they're pretending to be firefighters in this scene. Oh boy, those silly ghosts.
Okay, let's go. The reason why the ghosts are dressed up as these things aren't because they're trying to be funny, but because they're trying to match the themes of the hotel. Not to mention, the reason why the ghosts are dressed up as firefighters is because this is a movie where buildings are on fire, and ghosts are trying to act like firefighters to put it out. Seriously, how did you miss that? It's literally right there. You could just see it. Not only that, but the reason they use food as weapons is because, well, they are. They aren't doing this for comedy, but more so as a way to defeat the player. Had they not been using food, you would have been complaining about how boring it would be seeing these ghosts do nothing but attack you normally, while all this food is in the background that they could have used.
I know some people will try to call me out and claim the original game has humorous and silly moments, and that's kind of true, but the comedy in the original Luigi's Mansion was genuinely funny and clever, and importantly, it was not done non-stop throughout the entire game. I would go more in depth about this topic in this video, but I think I want to do an entire video discussing the tone of Luigi's Mansion, so stay tuned for that.
That would be a video that would never come out. Sorry if you guys wanted him to explain how the first game is funny. But hey, don't worry, I'm just as disappointed as you are. And what makes it even worse is that he didn't even at least make one point about that topic. Zad.
Watermelons? Why are there so many watermelons in Dark Moon and now Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yeah, no, please be quiet. I've played both Dark Moon and this game, and there weren't so many watermelons. Not to mention there would only be so many watermelons in the garden floor. Nowhere else. Also, you gotta love how we went from complaining about the ghost personalities to f***ing watermelons. Watermelons! Watermelons!
Some people might think I'm nitpicking,
Because you are. Well, at least were.
but I don't know, it just seems like all these little things are important, and I have no idea why Next Level Games is obsessed with watermelons for their spooky Luigi's Mansion game.
They aren't, and they never were. Okay. This is a point that has been stuck in my mind for a while. This is a point that I've absolutely hated ever since I heard it. And it's the very reason why I wanted to make a video like this for a while. This has got to be one of the worst points, or takes, whatever you prefer, that I have ever heard. And finally, I am going to destroy it. Let's go.
You know, I think it's really great that the team is taking feedback into consideration and adding in character-driven ghosts. But I gotta say, if I'm being honest, I don't really love any of them so far. I mean, it's better that they're here, don't get me wrong, but man, they look pretty generic. I know, there's no pleasing me or whatever, I'm always negative, but come on, I mean, I wanted portrait ghosts, sure. I just assumed that they would look interesting and iconic like the originals on the GameCube. We've seen a movie director, some kind of hotel hostess, a police officer, and a knight. Those are all fine concepts in theory for characters, but the visual execution looks uninspired, to say the least. These ghosts look overly shiny, they look plasticky, and the ghosty shaders and effects don't compare to how good the original GameCube game ghosts looked. I just feel like it's great that we have character ghosts, but Next Level Games, if I'm being really blunt here, they're just not good at making their own characters.
Okay, first off, are you kidding me? Are you really, or well, were you, whatever, really hating on these guys because they don't look like the originals? Newsflash, TheBitBlock.
Not everything has to look like the original.
Second off, you do realize that the original portrait ghosts were just as, if not more plasticky than the new portrait ghosts, right? Even though it's because of age, still, looking back, they look just as plasticky as the new ones. Yeah, some of them look a little bland, still. Now let's get into this point. one of the worst points I have ever heard. He claims that next level games are not good at making their own characters. Let me say this again. He was literally generalizing a whole company, claiming that they aren't good at making original characters because they aren't making unoriginal characters. That is stupid, and it is a reason why this video sort of hasn't aged well in the slightest bit. He didn't even say that they aren't good at making their own portrait ghosts, just characters entirely. My goodness, do I not like this video.
Oh boy. Okay, this one might be a little controversial, but I think I kinda hate the new slam move in this game. But hear me out, I might be able to explain this. You see, catching ghosts in the original Luigi's Mansion felt so satisfying because it was like you were trying to reel in a big, unruly fish. You had to be constantly on your toes, pulling and pushing the analog stick in the opposite direction of where the ghost was trying to fly. It's an exciting and rewarding process. But now in Luigi's Mansion 3, it's dumbed down, and just a matter of flash the light, start sucking the ghosts up for a few seconds to fill up your meter, and then just keep mashing the A button to slam them in the ground. All of that great visceral action of reeling in the ghost with skillful analog movement and really paying attention to where they were going, it's almost all gone and replaced with a gimmicky, overpowered mash the A button move. Not to mention, you can just slam the ghost into other ghosts to damage them too, so that great feeling of trying to capture like 3 ghosts at once is pretty much gone now, because it's just easier to get one and then mash the A button and, smash them into the other ghosts. I'm not really a big fan of this move, and I really think it's actually going to take the skill out of sucking up the ghosts, which is a pretty big problem when your game revolves around sucking up ghosts.
Okay, then just don't use it. It's not that hard. Yeah, that's the main problem with this point. He made it seem like he was forced to use the slam move instead of sucking up ghosts. He acted like he was held at gunpoint or something. I have no problem with criticizing the slam move, but the problem is that he acted like using the slam move is all he can do.
So I think this one we might be able to agree on. The lighting is much too bright in this game to properly capture the correct atmosphere. I've seen a lot of people comment on how this game is too bright. It almost pains me to see this because if only they turned down the lights, they could drastically increase the personality of this world.
Even though the game was probably brightened up so you can see everything. Also, not to mention the game is a little more darker than what the trailer shows. Also not to mention they would soon add in the brightness mode so you can turn down the lights and drastically increase the personality of this world. Yeah. Do you see the problem with criticizing a game that wasn't even released yet?
I hate the red ghosts in this game. I'm not even joking here. I genuinely struggle to understand how anyone is an employed professional artist and they would be okay with designing this. It's a big red rectangle. That's it. These guys are just boxes. Is this a joke? Did somebody's little kid draw this and instead of putting it up on the refrigerator, they put it into a multi-million-dollar video game starring one of the biggest gaming characters of all time? Remember that old Halloween episode of SpongeBob where he dresses up as a ghost and he looks pathetic? And when the trick-or-treaters arrive and they see him dressed as this ghost, they mock him?
Look, it's the haunted mattress.
Okay, here's your candy.
The red ghosts in this game are quite literally haunted mattresses. I mean, this is hacky design. It's a box. Come up with something memorable and interesting, not a box with arms. Yeek.
Okay, I know people like Dragula already made this point, but I just had to say it since it's a great argument. The reason they look like this is because they're based off of not only womps, but thwomps as well. You can tell because whenever they run after you, they slam their face into the ground like a womp. Not only that, but other times they also slam their bottoms on the ground too, like a thwomp. I guess you could say it's like if Womp and Thwomp had a child that died, it would be this.
And that concludes our little look at some of the good and bad features of Luigi's Mansion 3.
And that concludes this video as well. Man, was this video sort of a cluster truck. So many bad points that I can't even believe exist. Especially this point.
Next level games, if I'm being really blunt here, they're just not good at making their own characters.
Now, I don't have a problem with TheBitBlock's and think he's a horrible person for making this. I'm just criticizing the negative points he made in this video and how bad they were, which shows how much this video has aged in many areas. Now guys, again, please don't harass, dox, witch hunt, cancel, or / even report him just because he made a not very good video. And with all that being said, make sure to not like and subscribe because I make horrible videos, and I will see you later.